שותפות בעיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
We continue with this awesome, inspirational prayer and melody, our prayer of redemption.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא דהילות עושה פלא, נורא דהילות עושה פלא.
So now, if you choose, we invite you to stand either physically, you can rise spiritually and stay on your couch, whatever you choose. We're moving into the tefillah together.
Adonai sefatai tiftach uvi agid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanara, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chastei Ahavot V'Imahot, U'Mevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo B'Ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechayeha Kol Atarav Lehoshia, Mashiva Ruach Umarit Har HaShem, Mechalkel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayeha Kol Berachamim Rabim, Samech Noflim V'Rofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayim Emunato, Lishenei Avar, Michamocha Baal Gevurot, Umito Meloch, Melech Memit, Umechaya, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman Ata L'Hachayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei HaKol. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kdoshim b'chol yom yahalelucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
We pray for peace, peace for everyone, everywhere, peace for soldiers fighting wars, peace for people who live where soldiers are fighting around them, peace for parents who are worried about their children, and peace for children who are worried about their parents, peace for people who are struggling with others, peace for people who are struggling with themselves. We praise you, eternal God. You help us make peace, and you help us find peace. Let's take a brief moment for our own private prayer, and then we'll continue with a prayer for peace, and then the reading of some prayers and the sharing of just little snippets from our Megillah. So let's take a moment.
עושה שלום במרומיו, עושה שלום במרומיו. הוא יעשה, הוא יעשה, הוא יעשה שלום. הוא יעשה, הוא יעשה, הוא יעשה שלום. הוא יעשה, הוא יעשה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down.
So, even in these festive times of Purim, times when we get silly, times when we kind of loosen up a little bit and put on cowboy hats and make fun even of our prayers, we still turn for a moment to think about people in our midst who are struggling, friends and family, people around the country, around the world, in the midst of this terrible pandemic that has made us move to these screens. We are going to offer a prayer for healing and strength and love. And if you would like to share the name of someone that you're thinking of, put their names in the chat. We encourage you to do so. Make sure it says to everyone, and we're going to join you in these prayers for healing and wholeness.
מי שברך אבותינו, מקור הברכה לאמותינו. May the source of strength who blessed the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us sing Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habracha le'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us sing Amen. And let us sing Amen.
We are going to move toward that piece of our celebration of Purim. And the way we're going to do so is first share a few blessings, the blessings for reading the Megillah. We have Diana Lane and Sarah Moline to be chanting, along with Yonatan Moline and Holly Berman and Caroline Solomon, and then Sarah Jane Cohen. All of you folks are going to be our chanters, and just so that people will be able to participate, we're going to put a text up on the screen. The very first thing we're going to do is say the blessings. So the blessings for the reading of the Megillah: Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al mikra Megillah. The second blessing for a celebration of Purim: Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asa nisim lavotenu, who has made all of these miracles in our past, B'yamim Hahem Bazman Hazeh, we ask God to help restore these miracles, just like God did for our ancient ancestors. And our Shehachianu moment, whenever a new festival or holy day begins, we say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Shehachianu v'kiyamanu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh. And now the first very beginning of the scroll of Esther. We read Esther in the Bible because it is the story of an attempt to annihilate our people. And not only did we make it okay, we got through the other side, we've made fancy little cookies, and we get to wear silly hats. So here is the opportunity to share a little bit of Megillat Esther, a reading from the scroll of Esther. And even though you're muted, we're going to make sure that you have those little groggers at home. Anybody who has a grogger or a box of macaroni or a tzedakah box or an Advil bottle, anything that you have, right? Anything that you have that you'll be able to use.
We should bring Advil bottles to Purim.
You're unmuted, but it's okay because it's Purim. All right. So Diana and Sarah, you guys are going first. I'm going to share the text with everybody. Oh, wrong text. Almost there. There it is. Good. Whenever you're ready.
Vayehi bimei Achashverosh hu Achashverosh Hamelech lehodu ve'ad kush sheva v'esrim mea medina bayamim hahem כשבט המלך אחשוורוש על כיסא מלכותו אשר בשושן הבירה.
איש יהודי היה בשושן הבירה, ושמו מרדכי בן יאיר בן שימי בן קיש איש ימיני, אשר הגלה מירושלים עם הגולה, אשר הגלתה עם יחוניה מלך יהודה, אשר הגלה נבוכדנצר מלך בבל, ויהי אומן את הדסה, היא אסתר בת דודו, כי אין לה אבא אם. והנערה יפת תואר וטובת מראה, ובמות אביה ואימה לקחה מרדכי לא לבד.
ותילקח אסתר אל המלך אחשוורוש אל בית מלכותו בחודש העשירי הוא חודש טבת בשנת 7 למלכותו. ויאהב המלך את אסתר מכל הנשים, ותשחן בחסד לפניו מכל הבתולות, וישם כתר מלכות בראשה, וימליכיה תחת ושתי, ויעש המלך משתה גדול לכל שריו ועבדיו את משתה אסתר, והנחה למדינות עשה, וייתן משאת כיד המלך.
Caroline, are you here?
I was here. I was just muted. But I'm
Oh,
still
okay.
here. Okay, I'm back. Thank you. Har HaDvarim ha'ele gida hamelech Hashverosh et Haman ben Hamdata Hagagi vayinasehu vayasem et kiso me'al kol hasarim asher ito. וכל עבדי המלך אשר בשער המלך קוראים משתחווים להמן. כי כן ציווה לו המלך ומרדכי, כי יכרע ולא ישתחווה. ויאמרו עבדי המלך אשר בשער המלך למרדכי, מדוע אתה עובר את מצוות המלך? ויהי כאומרם אליו יום ויום, ולא שמע עליהם, ויגידו להמן. לראות יעמדו דברי מרדכי, כי הגיד להם אשר הוא יהודי. וירא המן, כי אין מרדכי קורא משתחווה לו, וימלא המן חמה.
ויגידו למרדכי את דברי אסתר, ויאמר מרדכי להשיב אל אסתר, אל תדמה בנפשך להימלט בית המלך מכל היהודים, כי אם חרש תרעישי בעת הזאת רווח והצלה, יעבוד היהודים ממקום אחר, ובית אביך תאבדו, ומן יהודי ומי יודע אם לעת כזאת הגעת למלכות. ותאמר אסתר להשיב אל מרדכי, לך כנוס את כל היהודים הנמצאים בשושן, וצומו עלי, אל תאכלו ואל תשתו 3 ימים לילה היום. גם אני ונהרותי עצום כן, ובכן אבוא אל המלך אשר לא כדת, וכאשר עבדתי ויעבור מרדכי ויעש ככל אשר ציוותה עליו אסתר.
You folks were all fantastic. Thanks so much to our readers. And boy, I'm so impressed that you figured out how to boo and hiss in the chat. So a new milestone for Congregation Har HaShem. Everybody, thank you for learning those parts and for being so wonderful as you chanted the Megillah. Let's end our service, Aleinu L'Shabeach, and then we will have some fun.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו echad.
So again, even though it is Purim and a time of celebration, the Torah of Purim tells us that there is still hate in the world, and we know that there are people who lost their lives because of that kind of hate and unfairness. We know that in the midst of this pandemic, more than 500,000 people have died from this country. And so for our own loved ones, for people who have lost their lives, victims of the hatred of others, we think of them, certainly those in those unmarked graves. We praise God's name and we honor those who can't say Kaddish for themselves. And so here again are the words for Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabba, v'yalma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon, v'chaye dechol beit Yisrael, v'agala v'zman kariv v'meru, amen. Yehi shmei rabba mivarach leolam omei maya, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudesha b'reichu. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechemata, da'amiran belma v'meru, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'meru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. We ask God to give peace over all of Israel, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, in all of humanity, v'meru, and let us say, amen. And now we return to that celebration of Purim, something that I know everybody just waits with bated breath for Holly to lead us in the most important prayer for the year.
And I do have to say that I love the dichotomy. We move through all of our emotions. And so now we move into joy and we move into silliness. Am I right? Is that the song we're doing? It's Misha, yes? So if you've been at Har HaShem for any length of time, you know that one has to do the chicken dance to this song. And so it happens in fours. And it's going to look really cool on all y'all's Zoom screens. So I need everyone to do it because it's going to look cool. So we go like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right? Got it? Yeah? All right. I'm not going to play the guitar. I'm going to do the motions. Rabbi, will you put the words on the... Oh, no, don't put the words on the screen. Then we can't watch each other. Okay. It says when it comes to the month of Adar, we should have simcha. We should feel and we should... it's a fact that there is happiness. Okay, here we go. Ready? Oh, for the second part of the song, sorry, when we used to swing someone around, just do your own little dance because that's Zoom. We're all here. Okay, here we go. Misha, 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 nichnas adar. Misha, 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 nichnas adar. Misha, nichnas adar, barbim besimcha. Misha, nichnas adar, barbim besimcha. It's better with my guitar. So you guys have to start with the motions. Here we go. Misha, 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 nichnas adar. Misha, 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 nichnas adar. Misha, nichnas adar, barbim besimcha. Misha, nichnas adar, barbim besimcha. All right, you guys are amazing. Here we go, a little bit faster. Misha, 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 nichnas adar. Misha, 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 nichnas adar. Misha, nichnas adar, barbim besimcha. Misha, nichnas adar, barbim besimcha. Okay, that was pretty great watching y'all dance. Thank you so much. That was amazing.
So impressed, everyone. This has been a proud moment for me as your rabbi. Yes, I have this incredible appreciation for all of you. Okay, we are going to move to our Purim spiel. So players, please take your places. A couple of quick announcements before we begin. First of all, our suggestion to you is to choose the speaker view, not the gallery view, so that you'll be able to have the folks highlighted with some lines. We're going to be sharing our screens from time to time. And of course, that'll be great fun, but everything will show up best if you have us in your speaker view, not gallery. The second thing is when we are in the South Building and we're all together for Purim, we know that we have this big screen. If we know we have the big screen that would be behind us with all of the lyrics, well, we have some friends that are going to be posting regularly. If you look at in the chat, you'll see Sue Lin. Sue Lin is posting a Google Doc where you can follow along with the lyrics. You don't need to, but some of you real diehards Purim followers, if you want to follow along with the lyrics, you'll be able to do that. You can print it, you can look at another screen, you can go back and forth. But if you do look at the lyrics while people are singing, you might miss some of the action. And I don't think you want to miss too much of this one. Okay, so the speaker view, the lyrics are in the chat. We're glad that you are here and we are about to begin. I need to just get a couple of things set on my computer, so please hold. Da, 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 da. Okay, Holly, are you ready?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Good answer. Okay, here we go. And God help me. As you can see, the theme of this year's Purim spiel is I lost it. Hang on one second. Oh gosh, that's not a very good start for us. All right, I'm going to try again. The theme, it's gone. It keeps going away. There we go. Did that work? Good. No?
We see your screen, but we don't see the icon. There it is. Now you got it.
Okay. Oh, thank God. As you can see, friends, the theme of this year's Purim Spiel is Queen in Quarantine, a Zoom country Purim. It's the Purim story told lovingly and in mostly mediocre fashion through some of the greatest country music of all time. Now, normally, this is where Jim Brantz would launch into a lengthy monologue, mocking me in a way that only Purim and the rabbi allow. At long last, I had planned to deliver some payback this year, but sadly, Jim is unable to be here live to receive it. I will refrain at this point from making too many poultry references, but let's just say before we begin, though, exercising her usual Purim Spiel dictatorial authority, Holly has insisted that I introduce an important public service message. So here is a special word about tonight's performance.
Hello, I'm Yoni Cash. This COVID wave is making us feel blue. I find myself at home the whole day through. But we still want a Purim spiel for you, 'cause we're confined. We've gone online. We know that Haman's dark and Esther's light. Morty is brave and the king is not too bright. Another year, another parody to write. Our story time has gone online. Ahasuerus took Esther for his bride. That evil Haman attempted to misguide. Then in came Morty to try and turn the tide. We'll redesign. We've gone online. We've done our best to bring the storyline. We hope it's fun and not too asinine. We plan to see you next year on Baseline Road, that is, just for this time. We've gone online. Go have some wine. While we're online, this year's design performed online.
What? What's that? He wants to do what? Okay, folks. Apparently, Jim Brantz couldn't help. He just couldn't help himself. He's got a video message for you all before we start our show. And here it comes.
Howdy, folks, and welcome to the Queen in Quarantine Zoom Country Purim. This here's your loyal narrator. As you can tell, we got us a country western music theme going on tonight. But don't you fret none. This year's show will still have that same knee-slapping humor and all that high note missing singing that all the past Purim spiels have had. But we do have us one big change this year. Holly and the rabbi done asked me if I was willing to give the rabbi a shot at being the narrator this year. At first I thought they was asking if I wanted to make a trade. You know, the rabbi taking over the narrator's job and me taking over the high holiday sermon. But evidently I was confused. And once we got that little misunderstanding put to bed, I told them I'd be as happy as a lone bull in a pasture full of heifers if the rabbi would do me the honor of taking my place as narrator. Then the rabbi asked if I could teach him all the ins and outs of being the narrator. And I told him, darn tootin' I would, and not just in a flatulence kind of way. But then I done realized something. For me to give him a picture as clear as a new mountain morning, I'd have to tell him of the secret of the Purim spiel. You city slickers probably heard of the legend of the lost Dutchman gold mine down in Arizona. Well, the secret of the Purim spiel, it takes place right here in Boulder, Colorado. As the legend goes, once was a sort of smart alecky guy who got himself a job as the narrator of the Har HaShem Purim spiel. Well, it weren't long before that feller got himself crossways with this sweet honeysuckle of a director of the Purim spiel named Holly. And it weren't long after that this dandy of a narrator got into a fur-flying tussle with that sweet honey lamb of a director. Some folks call these kind of scrapes creative differences. But what really matters is later that night, when all the ruckus died down, that there narrator was gone and never heard of again. And all that he left behind was a country song that tells the tale of the secret of the Purim spiel. He titled that song, When You Say Nothing at All. And it goes something like this. Well, to tell you the truth, it goes exactly like this. You might be thinking the narrator's the star of the show. And he might be thinking, without him, the audience would just get up and go. But let me set you straight. Please let me explain. His part in the spiel is like one drop of rain. So when he thinks he might want to interrupt this play, and he's itching to blurt out something funny to say, and he might be thinking a touch of humor will help when the Purim spiel stalls, you better check with Holly. Sometimes it's best when you say nothing at all. Pretty, isn't it? I say this to you because Holly's the boss of the show. And if you don't follow the script, she'll tell you where to go. And even if you think your jokes are a blast, if she don't agree, she'll kick you right in the shin. So try to avoid all of my past mistakes. Please don't piss off Holly, whatever it takes. She might look so harmless, so sweet, so kind and so small. But watch it, cowboy. Sometimes it's best when you say nothing at all. Are you listening, Rabbi? Rabbi, pay attention here. So this is the lesson that I had to learn. And this is the advice that you should not spurn. She might look to you like she's so sweet, so kind and so small, but she can kick your tuchus. So sometimes it's best when you say nothing at all.
Well, I think it would have been best if Jim Brandt said nothing at all. And certainly if he sang nothing at all. I kind of think that might have been his version of rap. It's a little confusing to me. But now that we're all awake again, and we want to express our gratitude for the famous narrator Jim Brandt, I want to move on and share how I know sometimes it can be difficult, really difficult on Zoom, to follow who's who, especially in a show where the actors are as mediocre as these ones. So I thought it would be useful to show you who was responsible for the ineptitude that is about to unfold. In this evening's performance, the role of Esther will be played by Holly Berman. I know, you're shocked. The role of Vashti Lynn will be played by Rachel Warren. Rachel's take on Vashti is sweet and fresh. Enjoy it. It's the only performance of its kind you're going to see tonight. The role of King Aki Verosh will be played by none other than Jim Edelman. Jim has been moving up in the Purim Spiel ranks the last few years. I'm watching my back. I hear he's angling for the rabbi next year. Good luck with that. The role of Hey-Man in Black will be played tonight by Alan Halpern. You think Alan is evil when you need something done around the synagogue? Just wait. And finally, the role of Mordechai will be played by Paul Schwartz. What can I say? Given what you've been able to enjoy the last several years, Paul, playing Mordechai tonight is like when Pete Myers tried to replace Michael Jordan on the Chicago Bulls. You just gotta feel sorry for Paul tonight. In addition, you'll see a host of citizens of Shushan, royal messengers, and a rabbi emerita whose internet connection we're all praying will hold up. So without further ado, King Aki Verosh rules over 127 provinces from Shushan to Nashville. He lives on a vast ranch that includes what he fondly calls the party barn. King Aki is famous for throwing barn burner parties, and his last one lasted 180 days. But a virus has infected the land, and the big parties have stopped. Though the king sometimes sneaks out with the boys, his grand vizier, Hey-Man in Black, keeps trying to reinstate the parties by saying that this virus is a hoax. Unfortunately, without the big parties, King Aki is, well, he's kind of achy.
Queen Vashti Lynn, I got pandemic fatigue for sure. It's getting old hanging out with you.
I know. Your family is so good at social distancing, they don't even call.
Hey, don't talk that way about my family. My dad used to walk me to school every day.
That's because you were in the same grade. Look, I finished Netflix today. Maybe we could visit Helsinki.
I don't think so. They've closed the border. No one can cross the Finnish line. Anyway, I got a better idea. Why don't you go put something slinky on and do that dancing for me and the princes that I like? You know, some of that.
Forget it. I ain't gonna slink for you and your dumb princes. My mama told me that when you act like a jerk, I should walk a mile in your shoes.
Why?
Well, I'll be a mile away and you won't have your shoes.
Oh.
I'll tell you what I think about dancing for you and your boys. I have to put them up.
Well, you thought I'd just shake my stuff. You think it's your birthright. You go out with all the boys and you end up not quite right. But I don't shake just for kicks. Your request is now declined. 'Cause I ain't gonna do your slinking. I'll just leave you behind. No, I ain't gonna do your slinking or by you be defined. So stay out there on the town and see what you can find. 'Cause if you want that kind of love, well, you don't need none of mine. Ain't gonna do your slinking, I'll just leave you behind. You don't respect me as your queen, you just want me to cavort. Many a night I've laid awake 'cause you dissed me at your court. Again you go, dismissing on me, it happens every time. Ain't gonna do your slinking, I'll just leave you behind. Ain't gonna do your slinking, to your fate be resigned. Just stay out there on the town and see what you can find. 'Cause if you want that kind of love, well, you won't get none of mine. Ain't gonna do your slinking, I'm leaving you behind. Ain't gonna do your slinking, I'll just leave you behind.
So Vashti Lynn left Shushan for the honky tonks of Nashville, where she channeled her experiences with King Aki into award-winning versions of such classic country hits as I Flushed You from the Toilets of My Heart, You're a Hard Dog to Keep Under the Porch, and If the Phone Don't Ring, Baby, You Know It's Me. All actual country songs, by the way, and that's true. But while Vashti Lynn was making the most of her freedom in Music City, USA, King Aki was back to aching.
So, Heyman, you got something to tell me? Like, you want to congratulate me or something?
Well, maybe my mic is on now. Congrats, King. I hear the divorce is final. Do you have the papers?
Yeah. Hey, man in black. I keep them in my Xbox.
What's up with Vashti Lynn today?
She still misses me, but her aim is definitely improving. Look, dude, I need you to help me find a new queen.
Sure thing. Once he has a new queen, he'll be so distracted I'll be able to get him to do whatever I want, like banishing those dang Jews. Gosh, I hate their justice and love your neighbor as yourself manure. How about we set up a Zoom contest, Aki? Folks can send in video applications and then you can choose the best queen.
Now that is a darn good idea. Hey, man in black. Everyone, well, at least half the people, will want to be queen. I'll have my pick of the litter.
Litter may be right. You're right. We can't have none of them Jews trying to sneak their way in, though. I'll have to be on the lookout for infiltrations. Now, to get the best contestants, why don't you send all those potential queens your own video about what you're looking for in those applications of theirs?
Now that I can do. Hello, ladies. Would you like to come live at the palace? It's very nice. Here's all you gotta do. You can tell the world you want to be my girl. You can tell folks how you love my brawn. And you can find your dream, be Shushan's country queen. If you say why you should be on the throne. You can tell my arms you're smitten by my charms. Or you can tell my ears that you don't snore. Or you can tell my lips to tell my fingertips to keep on reaching out for you still more. Come win my heart, my achy Breros heart. To be alone I just can't stand. And if you win my heart, my achy Breros heart, I might grow up and be a man. Ooh, you can tell your mom you don't think I'm bourgeois. You can tell your dog I'm killing bits. Or tell your friend named Shaw you love my homemade slaw and cornbread and especially my grits. Or tell your Aunt Louise, tell anything you please. Just make sure that you love me every day. So you can tell my eyes it's me you won't despise and won't be walking out on me no way. Come win my heart, my achy Verosh heart. To be alone I just can't stand. And if you win my heart, my achy Verosh heart, I might grow up and be a man. Come win my heart, my achy Verosh heart. Come be a member of my clan. Cause don't you know my heart, my achy Verosh heart, rules from here to Afghanistan. Come win my heart, my achy Verosh heart. To be alone I just can't stand. And if you win my heart, my achy Verosh heart, I might grow up and be a man. Who win my heart, just win it, and you can be the queen. Yeah.
Clap, clap, clap. Yay, yay, yay. Yeah, I get it. So the word went out throughout Shushan about the new queen contest. All across the land, contestants whipped out their iPhones to make their video applications, which wasn't really too easy because, the iPhone wouldn't be invented for a few thousand years. Meanwhile, far away from King Aki's ranch lived the learned Mordechai, normally played as a tour de force by one of the leading Purim spiel actors of our generation, but, as I said before, played this year mostly ineffectively by the not nearly bald enough Paul Schwartz. Mordechai is the guardian of his niece, Esther Partonsky, a talented, sweet, but somewhat shy Jewish girl who doesn't quite fit in to country Shushan.
Esther, I'm worried about our finances, girl. We need to talk about why the heating bill is so high.
Sure, Uncle Morty. My door is always open. By the way, if you're so worried about money, why'd you quit your job at the candle factory?
'Cause they wanted me to work on weekends.
Okay, but why do you always get dead batteries? Nothing works around here.
Because they're free of charge, of course. Listen, Esther, look how beautiful and grown up you are. Oh, I remember when y'all were just a baby. Time flies like an arrow.
Fruit flies like a banana, Uncle Morty. But really, what's going on? I know you're up to something. What What do you want from me, Unc?
Listen, sis, I want y'all to enter the contest to be queen. It would end all our cash flow troubles, and it'd be good for the Jews. King Aki's grand vizier, that hangman in black, don't like us, and he's fixing to do something real bad. I can just feel it. Having you as queen could save our people.
Well, King Aki's good looking and all, but I am not his type. He doesn't want a scholar who thinks for herself. Look what happened to Vashti Lynn. And remember, I'm Jewish. Do you really think King Aki's going to have a woman named Esther Partinsky as queen?
Look, we can work on that just for the time being. Be a little more country, and be a little less Torah scroll. Here, let me explain. You've been walking these streets so long, singing all Hebrew songs. You know every crack in these dirty streets of our shtetl. But there's a chance with this game to put yourself in position to ease the Jews' pain. There'll be a load of compromising on the road to your horizon. But you're gonna be where your strength can keep us all free. Be a Shushan cowgirl, riding out on a horse in a Royal Persian rodeo. Be a Shushan cowgirl, getting clout and access to people it'd be good to know. An entree to the heart of the throne. Now I know that you feel the strain, but please heed my refrain. 'Cause you got a chance to advance your people a long way. Just dream of the things you'll do, with a seat at the palace and a crown on your kepi too. There'll be a load of compromising on the road to your horizon. But play your cards right and I know you're gonna be queen. Be a Shushan cowgirl, riding out on a horse in a Royal Persian rodeo. Be a Shushan cowgirl, getting clout and access to people it'd be good to know. An empress who is one of our own. Be a Shushan cowgirl, riding. Now here's how you do it. Did you get it?
At home, I'll always be Partinsky, but for now, I'm Esther Parton.
That's my girl. You go get him. Somebody's coming in here, I'm sure.
Yeehaw, y'all. Esther Parton is so talented and so beautiful.
Mani Shana Halayla Hazeh.
Oh, and y'all, that reminds me. On all other kings, we don't impeach even once. Why on this king do we impeach twice?
Oh, never mind. Never mind. From all over Shushan quarantine, contestants submitted their video applications for the Queen contest. Some were even worthy of the CMAs. That's the Country Music Awards, if you don't know. Or is it the Country Music Association Awards? That would be the CMAAs. Anyway, some of the applicants' videos were worthy of the CMAs. Some were not.
All right, all right, all right. Let's see what we got here, hey man in black. Play these videos and let's find the new queen of the barn. Or you can just shut up and play the music. I don't care. Whatever you want
Or
to do.
I could just unmute myself and try to mute you. Okay, but I've seen them already. I would not get my hopes up if I were you.
All right, let's see what we got.
And Texas is a place I dearly love to be. But all my exes live in Texas. And that's why my hat's in Shushan, don't you see? Pick me.
I am a man of constant sorrow. I've seen trouble all my days. I bid farewell to my whole family, and to you, King, devote my gaze.
Hi, y'all. I would like to use this time to make a public service announcement. Be careful out there over these quack cures during this pandemic. Chlorine, 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 chlorine. I'm begging you to make another plan. Chlorine, 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 chlorine. Please don't drink it just because you can. Bye, y'all.
I want to thank the CMAA for this opportunity and remind everyone that during the pandemic, you can meet all of your nutritional needs with Hamantaschen, which is pure protein. Sometimes it's hard to be a woman, giving all your love to just one man. You'll have bad times, and he'll have good times, doing things that you don't understand. Stand by your man.
I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole. No one could steer me straight, though Mama tried. Oh, Mama tried. Mama tried to raise me better, but her pleadings were denied. Now there's only me to blame, 'cause Mama tried.
All right, King, you're muted this time.
Yeah, I did it on purpose. I meant to do that.
No, you didn't.
Really? Is that the best we can do?
Really, it was the best we could do. But I don't know about you. I kind of like that last one. I'm a bad boy, and she served like a bad girl.
Yeah. Okay, I hear you. But is that really all the applications we got? Like maybe there's another one somewhere from.
Well, there might be one or two. So here's another one, but there's something about this one that doesn't seem authentic.
Mm.
If I should stay, I would help you to find your way. Be my bow, 'cause you know I'll think of you each night and each day. And I will always love you. I will always love you. Soft and sweet memories, that's what we'll make if you agree. Loving sighs, cute Levi's, we both know that I'm just what you need. And I will always love you. I will always love you. I know that I'll treat you kind, and I know that I'll give you all that you ever dreamed of, and I'll bring you joy and happiness. But above all of this, I'll bring you love. I will always love you. I will always love you. I will always love you.
What a woman! She's the one. She's the one. Haman, get her here to the palace, pronto, pup.
Really? That entire bottle of chlorine from that other contestant went onto this one's head. But if you're hot for her, dude, we still can't. She'll have to quarantine for 2 weeks. Remember, we decided to have that rodeo last week instead of funding more testing.
Okay, well, set something up online.
On it, I guess.
Wow, Esther Parton is amazing. And I hear she's even helped fund a vaccine. What percent effective is it?
It's 95. That's the way we make our vaccine.
Esther, pardon. My name is, I don't know what the heck it is, Achy, and I'm feeling kind of achy. And will you be my queen?
Really?
Yeah.
Y'all are joking right now, right? Seriously? Hey, y'all, I'm gonna be queen. No, I ain't pulling your leg. Hey, can we kiss over Zoom?
Oh, yeah, baby. Mwah!
Your Highness, Your Highness.
Yes, messenger, what is it?
The cheese factory just exploded.
That's terrible. How much damage was there?
Well, there's nothing but debris.
Nothing left but debris. Oh no. Were you injured?
I broke one finger, but on the other hand, I'm fine.
Man, I am tired of all this responsibility. Hey, man in black, I'm putting you in charge of everything so I can focus on my new queen in quarantine.
Come on, King. Let's go quarantine together.
Oh, let's quarantine together. That sounds great.
I know.
I hope all of you can read the real script because the line originally written is so much better than what they just said. All right, I'm in charge. That sure took long enough, though. King Aki is so indecisive, he puts lipstick on his forehead in order to make up his mind. Anyway, this just deals my pickle. I mean, I'm thrilled. So long as it's not a kosher pickle. Those Jews make me madder than a dog trying to bury a bone on an icy pond.
If you haven't already guessed, Hey Man in Black is an outlaw. He's lower than a snake's belly in a wagon rut, worthless as gum on a boot heel, and he has a special request for King Aki Verosh. But Mordechai's about to put that boy in his place.
Say, King Aki, how's it shaking?
I'm in love, dude. I've made up my mind that she's the one for me. That Esther Parton's prettier than a speckled pup. I'm as happy as a pig with 3 eyes.
A pig with 3 eyes? What do you call something like that? A pig.
Perfect. While you're distracted by love, will you do me a favor?
Sure thing. I can always trust you, Hey Man in Black.
Sure can, dipstick. Awesome. Here's the plan. The Jews believe in education and science and justice and stuff, so I'm going to banish all of them because they don't want any more parties in the barn.
No parties in the barn?
No parties in the barn.
No parties in the barn?
No parties in the barn.
No parties in the barn?
No parties in the barn.
Okay, I get it. I get it. That dog won't hunt. Do what you got to do.
So how about proclaiming this International Haman Day and everybody in Shushan must bow down to me?
No and yes. I'm going to go party in the barn with Esther. We're a pod now, you know.
I'm so happy for you. Hey, Jew, this decree says you must bow down to me.
Pardon? That's rabbi to you, dude. Knock, knock.
Really? That's what you got in the face of my power? A knock-knock joke? Fine. Who's there?
Noah.
Noah who?
No way I'm going to bow down to you.
Hee-haw. Very funny. You know, Jew, you remind me of Alice.
Yeah, Alice who?
Alice Fair in Love and War. Prepare to be banished, along with all the Jews of Shushan on the 14th of Adar, whenever that is.
You don't scare me, Hey Man in Black.
Dang it. Those Jews really chap my hide, especially those darn rabbis. If only folks would listen to my advice. Rebbe's are easy to hate and they're harder to scold. They'd rather give you a sermon than grovel or fold. Jewish stars, kippahs, an old faded talit, and always with something to say. I simply can't stand them, won't do what I ask them. Their righteousness gets in my way. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be Rebbe's. Don't let them read Torah or study Gemara. All that crap makes me feel sore. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be Rebbe's. They're always at shul or they're always on Zoom, serving the minions they love. Rabbis like moldy old mikvahs or shachrit at morning. Matzah balls, kugel, pastrami, or babka at night. I'm gonna show him don't like him, 'cause he just won't bow to my whims and demands. He's all wrong and insistent, I won't let resistance lead others to challenge my plans. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be Rebbe's. Don't lead them read Torah or study Gemara. All that crap makes me feel sore. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be Rebbe's.
Hey, Mordecai, how's your new job guarding the palace gate?
Hey, dude. Good. I invented a door knocker.
You're gonna win the Nobel Prize. How are you gonna do that? How are you gonna install it?
I just use my step ladder. I don't really get along with my biological ladder. Anyhow, there's no time for that now, dude. Where's that Esther? Where's that Esther Parton girl? Esther? Esther? There she is. Esther, I rode my bike as fast as I could to tell you the news, and now it won't stand up.
Why not?
It's too tired. Listen, Esther, sweetie, Hey Man in Black has an evil plan to banish all the Jews. You got to stop him.
What? Me? How?
Got to tell King Aki you're Jewish.
What? That idea's nuttier than a 5-pound fruitcake. If I appear before King Aki unbidden, I'll be put to death. It's too risky.
Look, you got to do it, Esther. I understand it's a gamble. I'm asking you to take a big chance. But our people's freedom is at stake, girl. You know, long ago, I got some advice in a situation that, well, wasn't very much like this at all. I mean, my life wasn't on the line like yours is now. I mean, really wasn't nearly as big a deal as what we're talking about here. But anyway, I digress. Well, let me tell you the story anyway. You might get something out of it. On a warm summer's eve, in a clubhouse down in Boca, I met up with the gambler, kissed him on the cheek. 'Cause Marv and all the boys, well, they were not yet at the table, they were hung up at the deli. So he began to speak, he said, son, I've made my life. I've been playing gin and poker, even when your ma said, it's your son's bar mitzvah night. But from games I've learned some lessons. So even if it's mediocre, over there go grab a bagel. I'll give you some advice. So I grabbed a stale bialy, some cream cheese and some Nova. Then he got distracted and asked me for a bite, but he got his thoughts together and his face it bore a smile. Said, if you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away. 'Cause though playing's fun, as a Jew, the calling's higher. You must always fight for freedom. There'll be time enough for playing when the freedom's won. Now all of Israel knows the secret to surviving is doing what you know is right and diving in real deep. And you, my dear, are a winner. And Haman, he's a loser. And HaShem will help you find a way to get rid of this creep. Now back there at the condo on a summer's night in Boca, TV playing Jeopardy. He faded off to sleep, but he woke with Daily Double. The gambler placed a wager, but I kept thinking about his words, the ace that I could keep. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away. 'Cause though playing's fun, as a Jew, the calling's higher. You must always fight for freedom. There'll be time enough for playing when the freedom's won. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away. 'Cause though playing's fun, as a Jew, the calling's higher. You must always fight for freedom. There'll be time enough for playing when the freedom's won. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away. 'Cause though playing's fun, as a Jew, the calling's higher. You must always fight for freedom. There'll be time enough for playing when the freedom's won.
Wow. Wow. Well, by the way, who was that with you there?
An angel of God, Esther, an angel of God, which is what you are too, Sweet Pea.
Okay, so I sure don't know what TV or Jeopardy are, but I get your point. It's time for me to pray and fast, do what I need to do to save our people.
I know, sis. I mean, that hey man in black is so awful. I think his DNA is backward.
And?
Exactly. Not only that, he was so offended by our kosher practices, he threatened us with milk, butter, and cheese.
How dare he? I mean, who does that hey man in black think he is? He really gets my goat. I'm gonna go on over.
Whoa, hang on. Listen, y'all, everyone who's watching this, I got a feeling this girl's about to rock. I got to get me in on some of this. Hang on. All right, let's go.
He's probably out prancing and thinking about his plan, and he's probably getting frisky. Right now, he's probably kicking back with some fancy little drink, and he doesn't think it's risky. Right now, he's probably getting ready with a big stick for the king that makes him look macho. And he don't know. I'll shove money into his pride and his pretty little suit up. He will try ruin it belly up, sing some poison version of a Haman karaoke. Right now, he's probably feeling mighty drunk, and he's thinking that he's gonna get lucky. Right now, he's probably dabbing on 3 shekels worth of that bathroom cologne. Oh, and he don't know I'll shove my knee into his pride and his pretty little suit of evil jive, ruin into everyone he needs. We'll spoil his days and spoil his nights, stop his plan and save our rights. Maybe next time he'll think, for he mistreats. I hope we save a little drop for the next king, 'cause the next time he mistreats, oh, you know it won't be on we. Cause I'll shove my knee into his pride and his pretty little suit of evil jive, ruin into everyone he needs. We'll spoil his days and spoil his nights, stop his plan and save our rights. Maybe next time he'll think more he mistreats. Oh, maybe next time he'll think, for he mistreats. For he mistreats.
Okay.
Did I just marry someone with a bat?
I don't know about you, but I'm bringing this up with the ritual committee. Something there is not kosher.
Fortunately, she left the windows alone, so I'm going to be thankful for that.
Well, I just hope that bat doesn't show up at services when we're back in person. But I have a feeling she's been keeping it in the ark. Anyway, listen, King. It's about to rain. Open up your umbrella.
I can't. It's full of holes.
Why'd you bring it then?
I didn't think it would rain. Oh, by the way, narrator guy, I hear you were on that really cool Mars mission. How was the restaurant up there?
It's great food. No atmosphere.
Yeah, I hear you.
Speaking of science, how's your research project going?
Oh, thanks for asking. So I ordered a chicken and I ordered an egg online. I will let you know.
Okay. I've heard that joke about 12 times. I still don't get it. Good to get that out of the system. Anyway, back at the barn, King Aki and Hey Man in Black are working on plans for next year's stock show when Esther arrives. Unbidden.
Hey, what's she doing here? She ain't been bitten.
I know she ain't been bitten. I told my dog to stay away from her. It's okay. Esther, I'm so glad you're here, honey. Come on in. You're pretty as a mess of fried catfish, even though that's not kosher. I sure am glad you're here.
Okay, right. I love it when we meet at 12:59 and we can have that 1-to-1 time.
Yeah, me too, Esther. Pardon.
Listen, sweet pea,
I love it when you call me that.
I gotta tell you something. You know how you agreed to let Hayman in Black kick all the Jews out of Shushan?
Yeah.
Well, if you go through with it, then I'll be banished too.
Oh, don't worry your pretty little head about that. Not you, my love. Just them.
You ain't comprehending. Let's see. How can I explain this to you? Well, maybe this'll help.
Esther, I'm so sorry. I messed up, but I'm still a bit confused. I got to make up my mind about this.
I got more to tell you.
Pardon, like parting the Red Sea? Is that how it's Jewish? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, I was born a Jewish couple's daughter, heir to Moses, whose mama set him in the water. Hid myself to win your love, but with strength from God above. I laid bare for you the truth I'll holler. My daddy prayed all day in the synagogue. His talit tassels getting so darn warm. Mommy lit the candles at night and read the Torah in the Shushanite. And every Yom Kippur, Daddy blowed the old ram's horn. Haman asked you'd let him send all the Jews away. But if you do, then you know that I can't stay. Haman's unholy misdeed has left my people crying in need. I'm asking you, my dear, to save the day. I know the way down deep you really care, and you're gonna be the answer to my prayer. Make old Haman jump like a frog, turn a story to the epilogue. Love and justice flow through Shushan everywhere. Yeah, I'm proud to be the Jewish people's daughter. To a challah, you know I give my imprimatur. Face it, dear, that Haman's allowed, so it's time to send him out in a rout. If you do, can't think of how you could be harder. As a king and a hubby, I'll rate you 10. And it'll be good to be back home again. Send him out the old back door. Evil lives in Shushan no more. Do this for your love, your Jewish couple's daughter.
Wow, I really did mess up, Esther, in more ways than one, but I can't quite figure it out. So, pardon? Like, that doesn't sound like Jewish to me.
Yeah, about that. It's actually Partinsky. I had to protect myself and my people, but I love you, and I know y'all are gonna love Jewish music and food, and especially our values once you get to know us.
Yeah, matzahs and fasting. It just sounds great. You know, everything makes sense to me now. It's like when the fog lifts in California and all of a sudden you see LA. Yeah, I already know you and I love you too.
King Yankee, this is just as I expected. She's been lying to you this whole time. It's a big hoax.
Howdy! You're like a Russian doll, hey man in black, so full of yourself.
It's time for me to stop impersonating a flamingo and put my foot down. Haman, you make me so mad. Guards, take him to prison.
You can't do this to me. I'm the real top dog in this kingdom.
Y'all appear not to realize who you're talking to, so let me introduce you. Hello, I'm Enki Verosh. And you might be the man in black, but I'm the king. Yeah, Haman, you're going to jail. Too bad for you. I didn't see it coming. I knew I did depend. You won't be seeing sunshine till I don't know when. You'll be stuck in Shushan prison, where time keeps dragging on. And Shushan will keep rolling while you're away and gone. When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't pick on anyone. But I went and listened to ya, and now I don't know why. When you hear those chains a rattling, you'll hang your head and cry. Quack, quack. You'll see those free folks eating in a fancy dining hall. They'll be drinking schliverbits and soup with matzo balls. Well, you know you had it coming. You know you can't be free. Nope. But those people keep on moving the way it has to be. I say you'll never leave this prison, no, that pleasure won't be thine. You'll never move it on a little farther down the line. Far from Shushan prison, no, there you're gonna stay. Where the passing of the hours won't blow your blues away. So what you doing, Haman?
Waiting for my line, but I didn't realize somebody wasn't supposed to speak before me. So with that, I'm melting! I'm melting!
He's melting! He's melting! What does that even mean?
I think he was from Kansas. Anyway, like I always say, respect our existence and expect our resistance.
Do you always say that, or was that last year the first year for that line?
It's just a line. You're missing the point.
No, seriously, I'm just trying to get things accurate.
Really? We need to do this right before the finale?
You're right. You're right. Sorry. I love you. Wait, what was your point?
My point is that we always have to fight for freedom and life. Because life is a highway.
Life is a highway?
A highway.
Life is a highway? Isn't that like redundant?
Missing the point again.
Right. Sorry. I'll shut up now. So I wonder if anything happened on this day, like forever after. Rabbi, narrator guy.
So on the 14th of Adar became a day of celebration with a big musical finale each year, and it's kind of almost a finale. Here we go.
travel long, and there's one day here and the next day gone. Sometimes you bend, sometimes you stand, sometimes you turn your back to the wind. There's a world outside every darkened door, where the blues won't haunt you anymore, where the brave are free and the lovers soar. Come fight with me and right will restore. We won't hesitate to stand up to those who hate. There's not much time left today. Life is a highway, I wanna ride it all night long. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. For all these cities and all these towns, we stand up right and we won't back down. We'll stand up now like we stood up then. This is the road, these are the hands. From Florida to those golden nights, the Middle East to the New York lights. Knock me down and back up again. It's in our blood, we can do what we can. There's no low we can hold, a road so rough and this we know. We'll be there when the fight comes in. Tell them we're survivors. Life is a highway, I wanna ride it all night long. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. Life is a highway, I wanna ride it all night long. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. There was a distance between you and a misunderstanding once, but now we look it in the eye. Oh yeah. There ain't no road that we can't hold, a road so rough that this we know. We'll be there when the fight comes in. Tell them we're survivors. Life is a highway, I wanna ride it all night long. Ooh yeah. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. Gimme, 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 yeah. Life is a highway, I wanna ride it all night long. Ooh, yeah. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. Ooh, yeah. Life is a highway, I wanna ride it all night long. Gimme, 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 yeah. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long.
Now, wait a minute, folks. Wait a minute, folks. We're going to take a moment, talk together. So don't go yet, just a sec. I want to say thank you so much to everyone. While we've had a blast putting this together, this very unique Purim spiel for hopefully a very unique year. We really miss rehearsing and performing in our South Building stage and being in person with all y'all. So a couple things. First, we want to say thank you to everybody who worked hard to make this an amazing show. The Not Ready for Prime Time players. We've got first, Rabbi Dusty Rhodes Green, Jim Brance as himself, Holly Esther Partinsky Berman, Jim King Aki Verosh Edelman, Paul Mordechai Schwartz, Rachel Queen Vashti Warren, and Nick Darius Ruach Warren, Alan Heyman and Black Halpern, David Yoni Cash Price, Bunny Raidstein Strassner, Ethan Jim Bob Goldstein Stone, Connie Reba Becca Bank, Rabbi Chanaya Twain Bronstein, Andy I beg your pardon, Katinsky, Sharon Dolly Schmolly Berger, J.C. Pasty Klein Berger, Helene Sue Lynn Unger, Mike Wayland Fitzgerald, Jennifer Jenna Jolene Kramer, Gary Yakov Blues Margolis, Sarah Jane Tammy Mandashevitz Wynette Cohen, Sherry Minnie Pearl Street Feinbaum, and Jeff Schmerl Haggard Hainline. And we want to end tonight's spiel with a special encore to remind ourselves just a bit of those times together and all our special times to come. Paul and Emma Schwartz and Jeff Hainline are on these vocals. Enjoy this, and Chag Sameach, everyone. Enjoy.
Heading to the south, building standing in line. Grab a Hamantash and a bottle of wine. Staring at the stage, wonder what's in store tonight. Francis monologue, 17 hours, but he gets a smile with his magical powers. We're together, it's Purim, well, everything's just right. So rock Har HaShem, it's the Purim spiel. Rock Har HaShem any way you feel. Hey. Seems so long ago we didn't have to do all this new shit. When David played the guitar and led the band a while. Oh, long COVID winter keeps getting me down, but I won't forget the nights we played our spray in Motown. And when we hugged and when we laughed, it's making our spirits go so. So rock Har HaShem, it's a Purim spiel. Rock Har HaShem any way you feel. Hey, now we're rocking. Yeah, rock those jokes, make you groan in pain. Rock everyone joining our refrain. Hey, now we're rocking. South building ain't no joke. We're gonna make it there in 22. We won't get broke. We'll all be headed back. Get out of this trap to Baseline Road. Just wait and see. But first we gotta all get through 21. We're gonna help each other get there, and we're even gonna have some fun. Cause when we laugh together, we're clinging to life's tree. So rock Har HaShem, it's a Purim spiel. Rock Har HaShem any way you feel. Hey, now we're rocking. Oh, rock those jokes, make you groan in pain. Rock everyone joining our refrain. Hey, now we're rocking. Oh, rock Har HaShem, it's the Purim spiel. Rock Har HaShem, I feel. Now rocky, rocky.
Well, everyone, we wish you a Chag Sameach. We hope that this was a nice, fun, sweet Purim together for Holly and Paul and David and everybody who participated. We want to just say thank you for working really hard to try and figure out how to make a Purim happen even for us. So we hope that you all enjoyed it, had a laugh or two, and Chag Sameach. We hope everybody just stays well and strong and have a great festive night. Shalom, y'all.
Chag Sameach.
Hug Sameach, you guys were awesome. It was
Go, yippee!
Life's like a road that you travel along, and there's one day here and the next day gone. Sometimes you bend, sometimes you stand, sometimes you turn your back to the wind. There's a world outside every darkened door, where the blues won't haunt you anymore, where the brave are free and the lovers soar. Come fight with me and right will restore. We won't hesitate to stand up to those who hate. There's not much time left today. Life is a highway, I wanna ride it all night long. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. For all these cities and all these towns, we stand up right and we won't back down. We stand up now like we stood up then. This is the road, these are the hands. From Florida to those golden nights, the Middle East to the New York lights. Knock me down and back up again. It's in our blood, we can do what we can. There's no low we can hold. A road so rough and this we know. We'll be there when the fight comes in. Tell them we're survivors. Life is a highway, I wanna ride it all night long. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. Life is a highway, I wanna ride it all night long. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. There was a distance between you and I, a misunderstanding
baby.
Because they want you out of there. And if I'm not coming home,
Jeff is
Love
singing
you all.
in there.
I'll call you and let you know.
Encore.
Chag Sameach. Chag Sameach, everybody.
Hag Sameach, everybody. Take good care of yourselves.
Standing ovation.
Ollie, wonderful.
Thank you, everybody.
Wonderful.
Great job, everyone.
Great job.
Thank you.
It was so fun.
Brilliant,
It
Holly.
was.
Where do we get commentation?
Who else is here? Hi, Alex. And who else am I
I
seeing?
teach country dancing, but I don't cook.
I just
Chag Sameach, everyone. We're going to be
Sameach.
signing off.
Hag Sameach.
Take good care.
Hi.
I look at